Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tagged video made by Agape Love Girl. I'll leave the link to her video down below. The tag is about 19 questions, I think. So hopefully this video isn't too long. If you're interested in anything that I'm wearing today, I will leave links down below in the description. I don't believe I'm wearing anything that is a limited edition or not readily available. There should be links for everything. Alright, so let's get into the first question. Question number 1. People tend to think beauty YouTubers are experts at doing makeup. Of course, that's not always true. What is one thing you struggle with doing? For me, I think it's shade matching and looking at an eyeshadow palette and knowing what look I want to do or what look I want to attempt to do. So for my shade range, I'm a light to medium, but I have a more yellow undertone. But sometimes when I'm looking at products, it'll say light to medium, warm undertone, and it'll be a red, pinky kind of tone. And that just doesn't work for me because my undertones are more yellow. I probably look so fair right now, but that's just because due to the pandemic, I haven't really been out in the sun or outside of my house at all. So this is the fairest I think I've been for decades. And I've been trying to get outside as often as I can in my backyard, but the sun just won't stick to me. It's probably mad at me. And then with eyeshadow palettes, I can watch a tutorial video, like a 3-look, 1 palette, and mimic those looks. But if I had to do those looks on my own, I don't think I would be able to do them. I'm not an expert in eyeshadow by any means. I just kind of wing it and see what works, and maybe that's the trick to eyeshadow. I don't know. There's some people who can just look at a palette and figure out what goes where, what that would look like, and that's where I want to be. Next question. On that note, are there any makeup techniques you would like to improve or learn how to do? I want to perfect the laying down of my foundation. I like a more light to medium coverage because I like my skin to be my skin. I don't really like anything that's too heavy. I used to always be very adamant about the sponge, but then there are some formulas that just didn't work well with the sponge, but then there's some formulas that don't work well with the brush. It's still a learning process for me, so it's just really kind of mastering what my base is. And that sounds very basic because I feel like most people kind of know how to do that. But I think foundation is the hardest part because I can kind of get away with not really wearing more than a tinted moisturizer and doing an eye look and it looking fine. But there's some times where I want a little bit more coverage or to feel a little bit more done up than just wearing a tinted moisturizer, and then I struggle because then my eye look will look great and my lips will look great and my blush will look great, but then my skin just looks sad. Are there any makeup looks, styles, trends, or techniques you absolutely refuse to do or follow on yourself? Example, winged eyeliner, false lashes. I'm not a huge fan of heavy contouring. I like the whole Kardashian Jenner thing. I don't think is for me. It's just a lot of makeup, and I don't know, there's nothing against it, and I'm all here for a cyberpunk kind of aesthetic, but they kind of don't look real. Their features, I don't know, how do I say this nicely? I can't tell if their makeup look is their makeup or if they're photoshopping. So for me to kind of see looks similar to that, I don't really know if they're altering their photos and that's what their makeup actually looks like. For the most part, I wear my makeup to wear my makeup. It's not just for the camera. Although I am in front of the camera a lot, I don't I don't do my makeup so it looks good on camera, and then I go to the grocery store and then I look crazy. I just want to feel comfortable in my skin, and that's the kind of makeup I like to do, so I just kind of like it to work best for both worlds. And I think the Kardashian contour look is more for camera, and it looks beautiful, but I don't think that's for me. Question 4, are there any makeup trends or styles that you used to dislike but now love, or vice versa, any that you used to love that now you don't care for anymore? I used to not be super into the false freckles. And obviously, I don't know if you can see them, but I have false freckles today. I think when people had originally started doing them, they just kind of looked more like when you're kind of doing like costume makeup, you know, like it didn't look as natural. And now there's tons and tons of products and tons of techniques out there to kind of give you more of like a natural freckle look. I don't know how natural these look. I just use my 2 felt tip pens. That's just kind of where my comfort is. I would like to try like the Freck-esque kind of products, but then I'm nervous that like, because they're expensive and you only get so much, and I think there's like a learning curve to it, so like I don't really want to blow my money right now on something like that I would totally destroy and use up and have to rebuy again in such a short time. But I love it. I love when I see other girls on Instagram and things like that, and they have their freckles on and they look really, really good. But like I said, at first I wasn't too into it. And something that I was into but I don't care for anymore. I loved a good winged eyeliner look. I used to wear eyeliner every single day, but now now my few eyeliners that I have, like I look at them and I'm like, oh gosh, if I open you, are you going to be gross and disgusting because I haven't touched you in so long? I just think my style of how I want to do my eyeliner has changed. Instead of just like the big heavy wing, I kind of would just like something that's a bit more romantic, that kind of fits my eye shape, but my makeup skills aren't there yet, so it's just a matter of practicing. Question 5, are there any beauty makeup trends that most people hate that you maybe secretly like? I don't know if this is like product specific, but what comes to mind for me are highlighters. I used to be very anti-highlight. I really like my Kaleidos highlighters, and those tend to have what people online say are chunky highlighters. Like my Mars Melter highlighter definitely has like pink glitter that you can definitely see. It's not quite as you can blend it in and get it like soft and more of a wet look. But I don't know, I feel like people are like not really into those kind of highlighters, but I'm not really into like the Becca highlighters or like the really like super blinding. I either like a really fun eccentric highlighter like the Kaleidos highlighters, or something that's just like a bit more natural looking. Are there any makeup rules or stereotypes that bother you? I think saying that there's any rules to makeup bothers me, because I think you can kind of do whatever you want. Well, I don't think you can do whatever you can, just do whatever you want. My thing though is that you be safe. I don't think all face products are eye safe. That being said, like perfect example, I don't know if I can use my Kaleidos highlighters on my eyes because they are bigger glittery pieces in it. I'm sure if I go on the Kaleidos website and read, they would tell me, because the brand is usually pretty good about letting you know like what it's safe for, but there's other brands that aren't, so you just kind of have to be careful. Eye safety is a big thing for me, because you don't realize like how gross something is, and then you're putting it in your eye, and then like, ugh. Anyway, to not go down that dark road, I just don't think that there's any rules to makeup. I know that there's rules that flatter, or like things that flatter a certain undertone or skin type or whatever, but you are allowed to use whatever you want to use. Point blank, period. Okay. What old news makeup products do you still love and use on the regular? Just due to the pandemic, my lip preferences have changed. I mean, I've always liked a lighter lip. I like more of a gloss or like a lip stain. But with wearing masks, wearing a lip gloss is a nightmare because then you get all this gloss in your mask and then it's all over your face. And like, I don't know, sometimes I go out to eat or like I don't know, I just don't want my makeup all over my face. If I apply lip gloss on my lips, I don't want it, you know, like on my nose or my cheeks. So a lip product that has kind of come back into my life are the Buxom Pillow Pout Creamy Plumping Lip Powder. It's the lip sponge where like the product is in the cap, but the tip is of this sponge. And you kind of just press it in to get more product on the sponge. I think these came out in like 2018. I know Tati made a video on these. I love them. They don't really give like a pouty lip effect like the Buxom lip gloss or like the ColourPop lip glosses or anything like that. It does make my lips feel nice, but I don't think it really gives it like too much of a plumping effect. But I love the lip shade, like the shade range is really nice and really flattering. I tend to like more like a neutral lip shade, and they just stay put. They are where they need to be, and they do leave a bit of a stain, so if you go out and eat, like, you don't necessarily have to reapply if you don't want, like, it. I don't know, I don't see people really talking about them anymore, and I think if you look at videos on the product, like, they all date back to like 2018. Question number 8. It's possible that there may be a specific YouTuber that inspired you to start a YouTube channel, but let's talk about what, if anything, YouTubers inspired you not to do. I watch a lot more non-beauty YouTube than I do beauty YouTube, so for me, it's common sense, but I wouldn't really be in anyone's DMs intimately. Especially a minor, like I don't know, that's just common sense to me anyway. If you like a look or if you like something that they posted, it's very easy to just leave a comment on their post, and through comments build a relationship, and then maybe if you guys become friends, sure, you guys can DM each other, like I don't know, but even then, when you guys are DMing each other, it shouldn't be anything intimate. Or putting someone's safety at risk or your own safety at risk. Like, that's just kind of obvious to me. But I also think it's kind of getting spoiled is what I've seen in like the beauty community. A lot of creators start getting a lot of PR, and then their content moves from like them giving their honest opinion about a product to, hey, now I've been giving this product, so all my videos are just going to be PR videos and things that I've gotten. And I know that you can say that it's your honest opinion. I get it, but like, also we all know that if you're going to keep not having the most positive things to say about a brand, they're not going to send you the items. So it's one thing if you were like a creator that had been really loyal to a brand and had been buying out of pocket those items, and then, you know, you just gain success and then they finally put you on the PR list. You know, like I could understand something like that, because then at that point it's just like, no, I have a history with this brand and I've already have kind of felt this way about the brand. And now that I'm getting it in PR, it's just to let you guys know so I have access to it, versus like, here, I got a free product, so now I want to talk about it. You know, like, I'm just not into the infomercial kind of beauty YouTube videos. Like, that doesn't do it for me. What beauty content do you love creating the most? I like creating get ready with me's or like tagged videos. Obviously I haven't posted too many videos, but I have made a lot of videos. I don't want to post anything that I'm not truly confident in being online, because once you put it out there, it's out there. And maybe that's just me being a perfectionist, but I like these chatting videos because it's a bit easier for me. I don't know. I don't really like the videos where like it's just music and there's nothing and they're just kind of doing stuff to their face and things like that. That doesn't quite do it for me. And I don't think those are entertaining. I kind of like personality behind videos. Is there any content that you create based on audience requests or interests that you don't actually care or like to create? No, because I'm not a huge creator, so no one's requesting anything of me. If anything, I'm just requesting things of myself to just be like, hey, make this video today, edit it, and try to get it out there. How often do you film? I film every day. There's sometimes I love the video enough to post it, and then there's other times where most of the time I'm just like, nope, this won't do it, but I got a learning experience out of it, whether it be through editing or filming or lighting setup, things like that. Do you have a job outside of YouTube? That's a very vulnerable question, and I don't feel comfortable answering that at this time. Question 13, what beauty content do you enjoy consuming the most? For me, it's the Friday, well, they're not always posted on Fridays. The person who I love watching the most, who makes these videos, she's always posting on Fridays. But it's the new makeup releases. This is where I learn of new products that are coming out. And it's also, like sometimes I'm lucky if I'm browsing like Sephora or whatever makeup website I'm shopping on to see if like maybe an item I've had my eye on for a while has gone on sale. But usually I learn it through the new makeup release videos. But I really enjoy them when the personality of the creator is someone that I really enjoy, and when they have a similar expectation of products or expectation of a brand as I do. Any non-makeup channels you love? I tend to love more channels that aren't makeup than are makeup. If you like Bailey Sarian, and I know she is crime, but she's also makeup, so I know a lot of people watch her that watch the same beauty channels I do. But if you like her, you might like that chapter. Mike doesn't do his makeup in any of his videos, but it's more of like a docu-series. You could easily binge a lot of his content. Another channel I recently got into is This Is Monsters. It's just another channel that does like docu-series on like crime. Apparently I like a lot of crime. I like iDubbbz. He hasn't posted anything in a while, but I will rewatch his videos a lot. I like Donkey. If you play video games, you might already know who Donkey is. He's really funny. I'll rewatch his videos a lot of the time, or like if I get back into playing a game that I know he has a video on, I like to rewatch the video because it's just kind of funny. And I guess H3H3, I kind of gotten back into watching them. I watch a lot of podcasts. Frenemies is really popular right now. I know a lot of people like it. I like the After Dark series more because I like Hila, because I feel like Hila and I have a lot of similar opinions. Ethan has a lot of like chaotic energy, which is fine. But sometimes he just kind of loses me, and I think I'm more like Hila, where it's just like tone it back. 15. Are there any makeup misconceptions because of YouTube or Instagram that you wish people knew the truth about, or that you hope to change with your channel? I guess it's kind of already corrected itself, because for me, when I stopped watching the beauty channels and kind of stopped participating in makeup altogether, it was because it felt more like it was a cash grab. Like anything coming out was a cash grab. I never got into the big Morphe thing or into Morphe in general, because when I was leaving, everyone was advertising Morphe left and right. And even I thought at that time, who needs a palette of that many eyeshadows? Like, who's sitting there with like, You know, it's like you're painting a canvas with like a palette that's like this big. Who needs that? Now, I would kind of, I'm not an MUA, so I understand an MUA maybe needing something like that. But I also didn't think that the quality could really be as good as these people were saying they were. But I also, for a very long time, thought eyeshadow was a scam and that like eyeshadows were never good. That's a different story for another video, but I don't know. I just don't think that you need products. And another thing is that I know that there's tons of brands that have done a lot of questionable things or have creators that have done questionable things. Here's the thing. If you've already spent your money on a product and then you've learned new information, if you want to throw out that product, you're more than welcome to. Like, it's your money, you spent it. But in that same tone, if you don't want to get rid of it and you want to use it and you just won't repurchase it, you can. And I don't think someone should be shunned or be or assumed to be known where they stand on certain things because they have a product. This goes like, I don't know, like Jeffree Star is a big one that I can think of where like there's so many videos of people decluttering their entire Jeffree Star collection, and like these are people who bought every single product from like release. To me, that's a little crazy to buy every single product of a brand just because, like, I really think you should buy products because you're going to use them. So it's one thing if like you enjoyed all of the products that they released, but I don't know, if you're someone that's doing neutral makeup like looks and that's like your thing, that's your signature, are you really going to be using that blue lipstick from Jeffree Star? You know, like, are you really going to be using the red palette, his blood sugar palette, if you don't do anything more than brown eyeshadow looks? Like, that's my thing. I have some Jeffree Star lip glosses that I love, and I'm gonna use them up, and then I probably won't repurchase anything. I have the Orgy palette, and I know I just said, like, I don't want to, like, who needs a big palette, but because I do cosplay, a palette like that is very easy for me to have to kind of contour and things like that. Instead of having a nicer eyeshadow like my ABH palettes, you know, I don't want to use my nice brown shades for contouring, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's, again, a story for another video. It's your money. Use your products. Don't use your products. I don't know. Don't feel forced that you have to get rid of something. If you ended up buying something and you just don't agree with that creator anymore, but you still like the products, I mean, it's your prerogative. It's your money. You do what you want with it. If you want to rebuy that product because you love it so much and you can sleep at night knowing what that money goes to or doesn't go to, like, that's on you, the individual, and I don't think you should feel pressured by people on the internet telling you that you shouldn't like something or you can't have something. I don't know. That's all up to you. That question itself could be its own 30-minute rant. 16. Have you ever felt unqualified or like a bad beauty YouTuber because you didn't do things just like every other beauty guru? I guess I could say, as someone who is absolutely no one on this platform, I've made videos and not posted them because I didn't feel like they were good enough. I don't, how do I put this? I don't see other creators as competition in a negative way. It's just more of a, oh, this person is making these great videos that I love to watch and I would love to be on like a similar plateau of like their quality. But sometimes I don't feel that I'm even reaching like 5% of the, like, what they're putting out there. But then you also have to, or I also have to remind myself, hey, these are people who have been making videos for decades on YouTube or for years on YouTube, and especially in makeup, or they've been using makeup for a long time. I don't know if I'll be a makeup channel. I'm enjoying playing with makeup and talking on camera. It's easy for me to kind of do that. I'm not as good at video games as like Donkey, where I can just kind of create that content and make a review, but maybe I will. I don't know. So it's just kind of finding my voice and my placing and like what I want to create. But a lot of the time I find myself trying something out and filming it and editing it and just not being completely happy with it. But I don't know, I kind of see it as if I've already filmed it and edited it and the project is complete, I have to move on to the next thing. Because if I just make the same video over and over and over again until it's perfect, I don't think that's in my best interest of my mental health or like of my creative ability. It's just, you move on. If I come back to that video later on, great. If I don't, great. It's just, that's my process. 17, if you could collaborate with a brand, which would it be and what would you create? I'm trying to think. I love blushes. Blushes have always been like my go-to number one beauty product that I've always felt very comfortable with. Like, and I know what shades work for me. I can pretty much wear any shade of blush. I don't care. I had a phase where I was wearing the deepest blushes for like more deeper tones, but sometimes those rose colors are so pretty that like I want to wear them too. You just kind of go in with a lighter hand, but I mean, like, look, you can do whatever you want with your makeup. I've already answered that question. So I would do a blush with Nabla. I would do a blush with Kaleidos because I have their face palette and I really, really love it, and I missed out on their blushes, like the palette with the 2 blushes in it. I heard that they're just reformulating the packaging. It seems like, asterisk, on the note of Kaleidos, they seem to be like kind of clearing out a lot of their stock, but it seems like they have a lot of product ready to come in. And I don't know if they're necessarily rebranding themselves, because their whole thing has kind of been more of like a cyberpunk aesthetic where it's been very sci-fi, very spacey. And even in their designs, it's just kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It just reminds me of the game Cyberpunk and anything that you would see. And I'm pretty sure that game kind of solidified me buying all of the palettes that I bought from them. But I've been a big fan of Kaleidos for a while. Like, I used to buy their mink lashes. Like, anyway, video for another day. I would love to do blushes with Kaleidos and with Nabla. I love a good indie brand. I'm trying to think of who else had really good blushes. Look, I think they're coming back because I've seen them on a few different things, but I don't know if they're coming back to the States. But the Too Faced Love Flush palettes were my absolute favorite luxe blush when they came out in like 2014. Like, that sealed my loyalty to Too Faced at that time. If they had not just like, if they made that same blush but not in such a matte chalky finish, but in a more like dewy kind of finish, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. And those are the things that I would create, because I don't know anything about eyeshadow at all. So I don't know. I would just probably copy what's already popular, and if it's already popular now, just buy that thing. You don't need my name on it to buy it. Just go buy it. Would you rather collaborate with a brand or create your own makeup beauty line? I would rather collaborate. I would love nothing more than to be my own boss and have my own company and, like, you know, do that whole thing. But what do I know about makeup? I think it kind of shows in this video. I'm very beginner, or my makeup is very like, I don't know. I don't think I'm doing anything crazy with makeup that you would be like, oh, I want exactly what her look is, which is fine. But I do think I have ideas for products or ideas for things that I would like, but they're already in the formula of these other companies. So like I just said, like, why copy something and make it my brand when it's already out and successful, when I could just collaborate with them and make the shades that I like, and then people can buy them and support the brand, and then maybe buy more products from that brand. Like, I don't know. I just, for me, I don't think creating my own makeup brand would be ideal. Collaborations are for me. I think that's what I would be comfortable with. Last question, question 19. Because your average beauty guru doesn't typically do this, it's shout out time. Name 3 beauty content creators you think deserve more followers and recognition. I don't know too many smaller YouTubers. When I started watching Angie's videos, like, she was kind of smaller, and then Club Nebula like shot her to the moon, which is great. So I don't know, like, I'm such a nobody that, like, I don't think me shouting her out is gonna get her any more followers. Same with Samantha March. She's another person that I watch where I kind of value her take on makeup. But she doesn't need me. I don't know. I feel like if their beauty channels being recommended to me, they have to have some kind of following, because I don't really watch too many beauty videos. And if it kind of starts with Angie, and then I'll be like, oh, who else has other videos? But like but that's it. That's all 19 questions. I hope that was entertaining. I hope you stuck with me. If you make videos, do this tag. I think it's fun. It'd be interesting to see, like, kind of what your takes are. I don't know. I think it's very easy when you're comfortable in makeup to, like, talk about certain things, but then you kind of forget that there were other things that you thought of before, or like things that you struggled with. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I should have another video up. It'll be another tagged video. So if you enjoyed this, everything, all the information that you could possibly need are tagged down below in the description. And thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.